Hey guys, Jacob here. This is going to be this week's vendor reset on the 12th of November. At the base of Ops this week, he's selling an MP5 ST with unwavering, distance, and protected deploy. Next, he's selling an FAL SA58 Para with breadbasket, and he's selling a First Wave PF45 with salvage and accurate, a China Light Industries backpack with 7% crit hit damage, health, skill power, efficient, and restorative, an Ovid Arm chest piece with headshot damage, crit hit damage, 16,000 armor, and vital. An offensive dexterity mod with damage to health, optimal range, and weapon damage. 1 or 5 damage for your skills, and the weather coating for your turret. At the claim vendor, they're selling the percussive maintenance backpack with skill power, 22,000 health, perfect tech support, 30% hazard which is insulated, ongoing directive mask with 7,000 health on kill, 5% crit chance. Hardwired holster with 500 skill power and 13% skill heights. If you need a high skill power roll, I'd recommend picking this up on a holster. Next, 2 Patriot Gloves, 216 skill power with shotgun damage. A PX Storm 4 Type F with Vindictive on it, distance. And a PP19 that has unwavering, stable, and transmission. Richter and Kaiser mask with passive on it, has protection and damage to elites. Model 700 with steady-handed, extra, and protected reload. And a D&H mask with skill power, skill haste, and spotter. Next is going to be the Alps Summit mask, which has health on kill and 39% DT. You can pick this up if you need DT, but you can obviously get a little bit higher. Wavering wear knee pads, which have destructive, explosive, and utility systems for your drone, and a 4% total armor mod with explosive resistance to protect yourself from explosives. People like using negotiators, and skill power for increased burn and blind. Next, at the theater, they're selling a breadbasket, stable, and transmission Super 90 M1014 shotgun, an ACR SS with strained, accurate, and greased, D&H gloves with kneecap, pistol damage, and LMG damage, and D&H knee pads with destructive and skill power. A defensive protocol resilience mod with poison resistance, blind and deaf resistance, and health. Pistons for your seeker mine, which is health. A 62% holster generation for your shield, and hardy casings health for your firefly. Next at the campus, which today they are selling a M700 Carbon with ignited, distance, and protected deploy, and a military RPK M with close and personal, optimized, and greased. And more D&H pieces, because I guess they're selling those today a lot. Skill power has protection and centered on the mask. And skill power on the holster with devastating in a utility slot. Chem launcher skill power, drone skill power on this mod if you're looking to increase those a little bit. Metal string for the ensnare health for the chem launcher as well. Housing for the hive. And over at DZ West, they're selling a military 870 with killer, which requires reds, obviously, which is 5 or more. Optimize and wascally if you're tired of getting ensnared. LVUIC with fast hands, extra, and protected reload. And 511 tactical gloves that have compensated SMG damage and pistol damage. Next is going to be the Ovid Arm. It's 9.5 total armor capacitive knee pads if you're looking for average pair of knee pads. Defensive system with explosive resistance, protection from elites, and armor. DC motor for the 38% health on the Seeker Mine. Titanium reinforcement for your shield, which is 87%. If you guys are looking for a decent one, throw this on your shield builds. Hard casing, which is 34% for the Firefly. Now if you go over to DZ West, they are selling a P90 with steady-handed, optimized, and protected reload. And a Carbine 7 with overflowing distance and recharged. A D50 if you're trying to get the Liberty pistol, you could buy this just to throw it on there. Jazz hands, grease, and spike. Richter and Kaiser backpack with crit damage, crit chance, health, capacitive, and efficient. A Patriot defense chest piece with 3 red skill power and self-adjusting and defensive mod slot. And a offensive system dexterity, weapon handling, optimal range, and weapon damage mod. And an auxiliary battery for the drone skill power, which is 244, and a multi-tool for the turret, which is 52% skill haste. Now finally, at DZ East, they are selling a Paratrooper SVD with First Blood, stable and everlasting, a classic RPK, which I know you guys are probably going to be using M60s, but if you need an RPK, you can pick this up. It has Wascally Jazz Hands and Fast Hands. And a Fenris mask if you're trying to have a decent mask. This has dialed in crit chance and hazard protection, and you can always roll that for health and have a decent mask for a build if you're not using a Fenris chest piece and you want to run a Fenris mask instead. That is a low gear score, but it's a pretty decent mask to pick up if you guys do not have one. Next is going to be the Raleigh Holdings holster, which has 630 skill power, defensive mod. Next is going to be utility system with explosive damage and burn damage. If you're trying to make a skill power with burn explosive, you can pick these up to add the explosive damage. Chem launcher for the duration, which is 40%. Cooling vents, which is 91% for skill haste if you're trying to make a hive build. So pick that up if you guys need a high skill haste roll. Then the super glue for the turret. But that's me, guys. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Division 2 content. And as always, I will catch you guys in